$2,500 Glock or
$500 Glock.
On today's episode of Does More Expensive Mean More Better? Okay, so I have the Triarch OZ9. This is a redone Zev OZ9 by Triarch Systems. This pistol retails for, I believe it's $1,900 range. The reason I said $2,500 is because as tested, we have an aim-point acro on here. And this is
a Glock 19X, not MOS, retail $545, and it's got a Glock 17 grip with a Glock 19 slide. That's a 3.5-inch barrel and a full-length grip, so it takes the Glock 17 mags.
3.5, that's huge.
Massive, it's twice what I have.
And goon tape, you can't forget goon tape.
Oh yeah, goon tape the grip,
paracord.
because he likes the finger grooves, I don't, but it's on my gun, so.
Well then you should be holding this one.
I don't want that one. Let me get my man voice on, here we go. Yeah, shootability, let's talk about shootability. This is the 545 Glock 19X. Shootability on these, I love Glock, so very shootable. In terms of drills, bill drills, shooting at distance, shooting quickly, shooting fast. It is a Glock, which means it's striker fired, which means the trigger, it's clear. I don't know if you do that here, but it's clear. The trigger's good. It goes back, nice little stage here, and then nice and hard pull, and it makes a little click. When it goes click, it goes bang. I think it's pretty shootable. I think it's really easy to shoot with. I thoroughly enjoy Glocks. I have a lot of time behind them, so for me, OEM Glock is always more shootable. I think that my split times are going to be pretty much identical with this versus this, and I think the shooting kind of it reflects that. The disadvantage obviously is there's no red dots, so it's just irons. So in terms of shootability for irons, if you don't practice with dots on a regular basis, picking up an iron sight gun, you're going to be faster. You just are, especially first round on target, because what you're actually doing is your brain's automatically point shooting. And so what'll happen is as you bring the gun up, you're actually gonna shoot, and then your sights will line up and you'll take your next shot.
And you're not looking for the dot either.
You're not looking for a dot, you're just pointing, shooting.
That's what I found myself to do. So shootability on a factory Glock is like, it is what it is.
I think it's very good.
Yeah, like nobody, I really don't feel like anybody could have anything to complain about.
You're not gonna write home and say it was the most magnificent shooting experience of your entire life. But you are gonna shoot the gun and it's gonna go bang.
Every time.
Every time.
Literally every time. Shootability on the Triarch. So the Triarch, what differs it from the just factory Glock is the trigger. If you come in here, you can do the grand thumb thing and ghost it together. So there's the take up. The wall is, it's right there, and then little creep, and there's a break. Reset, and that's it. So shootability of this thing, at first, like holding this, so I own both of these. First of all, disclaimer, I've had this for a little bit longer than I've had this one. This one, what, 3 years, I'd say? And then this Triarch I've had for probably 1.5 years or so now. So I've shot both, plenty. Shootability, having shot this thing by itself and then shot that thing by itself quite a bit, I would have said, and even before the video, I was like, yo, the shootability is going to be way better out of this thing. But then we went and did it, and it really doesn't. Like in your hands, dry firing it, playing with it,
feels good.
It feels good.
So
it feels great.
Better.
Yeah, it feels great. It feels like it's on rails. The trigger feels amazing. But the actual physical shootability of it didn't hardly change at all. If we were to put it to a score, I think it was pretty much a tie.
It's tied. Our splits are the same with both of them. 5th-second splits all the way down.
Not enough to justify spending $2,000 over $500 bucks.
Yeah.
Like, just to be blatantly honest. So that's it for shootability. Next we got build quality. So build quality for both of these, to set the standard, they are both polymer frame, metal slide. The part that differs in the build quality is, so the Zev base model pistol has, I really don't know what the heck they call it. Basically, this is a serialized part. So unlike your factory Glock, you can trade out this entire polymer lower receiver or frame for whatever one you want. If you got smaller hands, nothing wrong with that.
I have these tiny hands.
Makes things look bigger. You could trade it out for a smaller one. If you got bigger hands, you can trade it out for a bigger one. The upper, like the Triarch just in your hands feels like it was more precisely machined to a higher tolerance standard. Like, it just feels really, really good. Like, it feels like it's on rails. Everything clicks and functions just beautifully. As far as the factory Glock,
yeah, I mean, I said this is like preference. I think the Glock is Glock perfection. People say that I'm like a kiss ass, but if you replace parts on that, say his extractor dies, say his firing pin dies, I'm not ordering a Tri-Arc firing pin. I'm not ordering a ZevTech extractor. I'm not doing that. I'm gonna order Glock OEM parts to replace those. So for me, I think build quality goes to Glock because at the end of the day, when you need new parts, you go back to OEM. You want parts and you're having an issue, what do? You go back to OEM. So,
and they're affordable.
Yeah, this doesn't feel Gucci. Like, it doesn't have a lower slide tolerance. It's very stiff slide spring. But it's a Glock, and at the end of the day, it's going to be super reliable, it's going to work, and it's going to take a beating, and this gun goes to war. So for me, I say Glock wins in terms of build quality. In terms of like fit and finish, definitely that one.
Oh yeah,
fit and finish on that. That's stunning.
Oh yeah.
That's way better looking than this. This gun is nothing compared to the fit and finish on that. So
yeah, I mean,
yeah, when you look at them side by side, it's clear that the Tri-Arc is Gucci'd up. It looks good, and Zev has been known to make custom parts for Glocks the whole time. But at the end of the day, like, if I'm breaking parts, if I'm breaking extractors, I'm replacing guide rods, I'm replacing strikers, I'm going for Glock OEM parts, which for me makes build quality Glock wins, even though fit and finish definitely goes to Tri-Arc.
I wouldn't necessarily say like build quality is any better out of the Tri-Arc. I missed that up. The fit and finish, yes, I do think is way better out of the Tri-Arc, but the build quality for the most part they use equal. Yeah, they're like equal. They all use the same stuff. Either you're using Zev stuff, or actually there is some factory Glock parts in this thing. So you're using essentially the same parts. It's just somebody took way more time putting them together and making them work. Next we have reliability and versatility. So reliability, I would say I'm holding this, but like I would probably have to go with that. Even if I had one of these and we did a 1,000 round burn down and there was no malfunctions out of this, obviously no malfunctions out of that, I have to go with the factory Glock simply for its track record and proven history for reliability. That doesn't mean the Tri-Arc is not a reliable firearm. We did have some issues with it, but that was mainly when I started messing with it. As far as versatility though, I am gonna have to give the win to the Tri-Arc, just because you can change out this entire low receiver, handguard, whatever, handguard, grip system for anything you want. You don't have to worry about the serial number, you don't have to worry about any of that stuff.
Yeah, so if I want a Glock 19 sized frame on this one, I have to buy a whole frame, and that's serialized, and I have to order it, ship it to an FFL, do all the paperwork and all that stuff. If I want a Glock 19 sized frame on that one, I guess I just buy a Glock 19 sized frame, and then I get it shipped to my door and I put it on. So definitely that's more versatile. That one's already optics ready. I didn't get the MOS version of this, so if I want to put a dot on it, I have to send it out to get it milled. That's it. The grip is stippled on that one, so that's cool. It's pretty versatile. My hands are covered in blood because of the family of 4 that I just took out. Like, it's totally fine. That one will grip. This one might slip a little.
So now in terms of accuracy, we did do an accuracy test. We did our accuracy test here at 15 yards using 115 FMJ CCI Blazer with both. This is the factory Glock, this is the Gucci Glock, and then we stepped it out to 25 yards and we did the same grouping, but we used SIG 147 grain hollow points for that. And we did use a tripod and we mounted it. Obviously the advantage, I think you can like minutely tell, and the same person, so I shot both groupings. So I think you can minutely tell the difference between having an optic at 25 yards versus using iron sights. There's a little bit more room for error in that. Yeah,
you get flyers with irons, not as often flyers with red dots. I usually, when I do groupings, I omit the flyer, and then if you omit the flyer on both of these, you get about the same size grouping.
We did not measure it, but we both know what 3 inches looks like, and
I'm pretty, well, yeah, I know it.
It's about...
This is 8, so...
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
It's a pretty wide grouping at the bottom.
7.5 or so, I'd say.
Yeah.
Right there. But as far as accuracy goes, like I
put them equal.
I'd say yeah, just about
dot,
equal.
You're chilling.
Like not proportionate to the price point that both of these start at.
This
I would
does not shoot $2,000 better than this.
Four times, 5 times, roughly. Better.
Yeah.
I would say no. I don't think so. Okay, so to answer the question, does more expensive mean more better?
Kind of.
So-so.
No, but yeah.
Yes, but no, but also yes.
If I would have got the $745 one that was MOS for this, like if it was MOS cut and I had a dot on it, then I'd be at like $1,000, and I would say this is better than that. But since there is no dot on this, it's not optics ready, and I'd have to send it out, get it cut, buy a dot, put it on. We're in it another $600-700 before this can even match that for terms of just usability.
Yep, I agree with that.
For me,
as far as
like,
usability and shootability.
Yeah, is that better? No, not a doubt. There's no doubt in my mind that that's better.
Better made, better feeling.
Is it $2,000 better?
For the average person, I would say no.
No, because I don't even have $2,000. So like, I couldn't even get that if I wanted to, but I could get this. You know?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
But now, if you're the type of guy that has just $2 grand, $2,500 burning an absolute hole in your pocket, do I think you would be sad about buying a Triarch OZ9? Hell no.
I wouldn't be disappointed, that's for sure.
This is a freaking awesome gun. You can tell that somebody put their time and effort and patience into making this. Matter of fact, I had some cycling problems with it, which I will disclaimer by saying if you put a threaded barrel in a factory Glock and try to cycle subs with a suppressor on it and it is nearly new, you will almost always have the same issues that I had. So it did have some issues cycling subs at the very beginning. I called Triarch, and as a testament to how small of a company they are, I actually spoke to the guy who hand built this gun and remembered it exactly, and he went ahead and walked me through some of the things that I could do. It ended up working itself out, but just as a testament to, like, you are getting small company, small group, very well built product. But overall, I really don't think that to the average person it means drastically more better than just your $500 off the shelf.
Yeah, and if you have like even an extra $200, get the MOS one.
Yeah.
Then
now you'll really be,
then
yeah, you really are. Yeah. You can start messing with the triggers and stuff, but I wouldn't go too...
I was telling him this, actually literally while we were filming,
Yeah.
because I've gone with the fancy triggers and then I ended up just going back to stock Glock triggers. I feel like you go through these phases where you're like, man, I gotta have all the Gucci stuff, I gotta like deck it out, and now I'm just like, stock Glock good, you know? It's like, it go bang.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it, kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm more focused on shooting better than I am about my gun feeling good, because
100%.
I already don't shoot good enough for these to make a difference. So if I don't shoot good enough for this to shoot significantly better than this,
maybe if like Hunter Constantine was
that's what I'm saying. The
shoot a
weakness
video
is
on
not
this.
the gun, you know?
No, yeah, I was so rusty shooting today, bro. So rusty.
Yeah.
I've been shooting rifles for a long time. So really, that's all we got for you guys. Does more expensive mean more better?
Sometimes. But
Sometimes.
Not this time.
But I don't think so in this case. Performance mainly, I don't think so. Aesthetics and some other stuff, depending on what's important to you, the viewer. And you are allowed to take away whatever you want from this video. Some of you guys have gotten a little confused on the purpose of this series. It is purely at its simplest form. Does more money get you more gun? And that's what we answered here today. So that's all I got for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. And give a shout out and a thanks to Angelo here from Jello Sauce.
Yep.
Yeah, man. Thanks
great
for
to be here.
coming all the way down here, dude, from Cleveland. It's awesome, man.
My pleasure. Pleasure to be here.
Thanks for watching, guys. We'll catch you on the next one.
We're watching Disney Channel.
Yes, sir. Disney Channel? Oh, yeah, you're watching the Disney Channel. And copyright.